and the thing there too is that, so the fourth down call has gotten a lot of scrutiny, and the fact that Jared Goff fell over on the handoff certainly kind of, I think that was the perfect embodiment of that play, where I don't think that most people thought he was crazy, and the fact that he converted it with his quarterback falling over was kind of, it was very symbolic that happened and it went down like that. But I think it speaks to the idea that, you know, he knew when you make those decisions, you have to be aware of how strong your defense is or not. Like, yeah, if you have a top 2 defense in the NFL, then maybe you kick the field goal there, but he knows that he just doesn't have the body. He doesn't have the bodies right now, and giving 40 seconds to Jordan Love was very possibly going to lead to a tying field goal.
Especially how that game turned in the second half, where it was a slow start in this one for Green Bay, but things got rolling in the second half. A lot of that aided by the interception as well. But on the Green Bay side of things, the most noteworthy fantasy aspect, we start with Josh Jacobs. He gets the volume, 18 carries. I believe his rush attempts was set at 17.5, by the way. So he goes right over that for 66 yards. But most importantly, Jay, why he has almost 25 fantasy points, he falls into the end zone 3 times. They're just going to hammer him into the end zone when they get to the goal line. Yeah, and that's the way that they want to play. They want to run the ball in when they get into the red zone. And I don't know about you, Connor, but as someone who was watching the game closely and had a bet on Packers plus 3.5, just watching that first half in particular, kind of got the sense that Matt LaFleur doesn't entirely trust Jordan Love in these types of situations, and he wants just the more conservatism, the surer thing of Josh Jacobs running it in. It felt that way, and also it's tough. You start to lose faith in the bigger play guys when Christian Watson has that fumble. Yeah. It's like, oh, we hit the big play, and then he's trying to do a little bit too much after the catch, and we lose the ball anyway. So I agree with you. It's not even just a Jordan Love thing. It might just be in the offense as a whole. And also, quite frankly, probably trying to keep the ball away from the Lions. Yeah. Because of just, once again, how potent they are and how diverse they are on offense. And back to the Packers pass game that you brought up, Jayden Reed. I mean, we mentioned his receiving prop was over 60 yards in this game after it launched in the 40s. Some of the injury reports aided that. A goose egg, held without a catch on 1 target. He's been the poster boy. He's been under 10 fantasy points in 5 of his past 7 games. But besides that, he's been the poster boy of, it's so difficult to figure out the distribution in this pass game for fantasy. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because at the start of the season, we were talking about Jayden Reed as the next Deebo Samuel, and that was his type of player profile. Well, the actual Deebo Samuel and the next Deebo Samuel have both been on milk cartons for 2 months. Right. They've really failed to live up to expectations. I think with Jayden Reed, again, this is a team that really what Matt LaFleur wants to do is he wants to run the ball and he wants to throw it deep. And the deep guy is more Christian Watson, and they're running the ball with Jacobs. And so Jayden Reed, I mean, a lot of his value has come from actually these deep routes out of the slot, and he's feasted on big plays earlier in the season, but if they're not there, then he becomes a bit of an underwhelming option. I still think most weeks you have to start Jayden Reed because of the talent, but at the same time, it's been disappointing. Usually playing in the slot as well gives you more stability. Right. It usually raises your floor, but the way the Packers play, that just isn't there. Yeah, he was wiped out in this game, and your man Tucker Kraft actually ends up with the big target share back-to-back weeks with a 25% target share. He's caught 3 of 5 for 41 yards. Most importantly, Jay gets the touchdown. It feels like in the red area, which the Packers have had some ups and downs in the red this year, it feels like the pass game goes to Tucker Kraft, and the run game, which is the favorite, betting favorite by far when they're in the red zone, is Josh Jacobs, and that's really it. Yeah, I feel like Tucker Kraft kind of introduced himself to America last night with springing up off the ground after he took the big hit, catches the sick touchdown from Jordan Love, where Jordan Love absolutely ripped it. It's funny, with both of the quarterbacks, it was kind of like, it was defining games for both of them, how they play, where Goff, very solid, hitting the open man, throws an inexplicable interception, and then Jordan Love goes through periods of being very shaky, and then goes through periods where it's like, is this guy going to be a two-time MVP at some point in the league? Like, he's got all of the talent, and Tucker Kraft, he benefited on that touchdown, clearly. All right, that's it for Packers-Lions, which was just an awesome game, a very fantasy-relevant game, but even better so, a better NFL game.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.